Welcome to another edition of Vegas Bad Boys of Podcasting. I am a DJ Impact, and I got all of the Vegas Bad Boys with us tonight. So it's exciting to see everybody. A lot of wrestling was going on this past week. You know what? I'm gonna tell you, this was probably one of the hardest weeks to come up with. Uh, to come up with all the different segments because there was a lot of just stuff just to write about and talk about. At least with me, it was. So I can't wait to see what everyone comes up with. And the best way to start is with our four-way stop. Let's get right into it. All right, let's head off with you, Sin City Steve. Tell us, man, what was your highlight for the week?
Well, my absolute highlight of this week was that MJF promo that we happened to catch this week. Quite frankly, one of the better babyface promos that I've ever seen given by a heel character. And it just adds an extra layer of depth to the MJF character. I think that it really does speak to how good MJF truly is at delivering his promos, at knowing his character, at making it as real as possible. That coupled with the fact that, he actually, the Facebook posts are there. You can go back and you can actually see that Max Friedman posted those posts and that this was, largely based on a shoot, which is amazing. CM Punk's reaction was great as well. Just expertly done by these guys. And that was my definite highlight of the week. Also, let's be real. We have to talk about the elephant in the room. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns is now a title versus title unification match. They actually put the word in there. So they're gonna unify the titles. So whether this is going to be like a Becky two belts type of a situation, or whether they're actually going to put the two belts together and have the champion go from show to show, which is definitely something that I've advocated for on this show, remains to be seen.
Absolutely, man. Good stuff. By the way, if you're watching and you want to throw in your comments, feel free. We are on YouTube Live. We're on Twitch and Facebook Live. Throw your comments in. We would love to hear what your highlights are for the week as well, and we'll try to throw that in as we can. Mr. Simon Street, what was your highlight of the week?
Definitely for the four-way stop, Tommaso Ciampa, straight up, was in on Monday Night Raw and, teamed up with Finn Balor against the Dirty Dogs. That was a solid match, and then, following later on NXT 2.0, Tommaso Ciampa versus Ziggler. That was a solid match. And it's good because there's not much that I can always say I like with WWE because a lot of things they do are questionable. But the one that I do like is that they are definitely putting a little bit more stock in giving a better opportunity for pushing Tommaso Ciampa a little bit. And maybe it might be something that they've done before, but I feel like more things that they're doing now a little bit more evident. They are, bringing Ziggler in on NXT, having that, being able to see both shows and see what Tommaso Ciampa's about. I know, I follow him on Instagram. He's been definitely putting in a lot of work and getting himself ready for that different type of work. And he always kind of puts it that way as, being on the main roster is a different type of workload than being in NXT, not to take away from it. So it's real interesting to see, and I do appreciate it. And I think that it is a blessing in disguise that, before COVID when him and Gargano and all of them were showing up on Raw all of a sudden and then they just vanished? It's probably a blessing in disguise because he might actually get a legitimate opportunity to be a mainstay on the main roster. We'll see.
Yeah,
we're dealing with the WWE. You never know what kind of weird reversal bullshit they come up with as they have done in the past.
All right, got you. Let's go over to Matt Michaels, man. What's your highlights of the week?
Well, let's start off by looking at kind of what Steve was saying, the Raw starting there with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is proving he is a Hall of Famer right now. Yeah. Hands down. He can talk. Ladies and gentlemen, after almost 20 years in the business, he is proving he can talk.
Right.
Then we got, NXT is definitely hitting on something, and that is their vignettes are amazing. Raquel and Cora's promos are
Yeah.
fucking great. Uh, Chase U, the promo this week was phenomenal. And that's a guy that you look at and you kind of go, well, he's not going to put any stock into this guy. And sure enough, pretty fucking awesome to see that happening with that particular promo. And Briggs and Jensen. Those promos have been hysterical.
Yeah.
They're playing to the strengths of the two guys, and yet we don't know if they can wrestle or not.
Right.
Which is amazing. So that's something that we're seeing as well. And then the NXT fans, fuck the AEW crowd. Really, fuck them. Oh, Steve, yeah, you can roll your eyes, but guess what? The NXT crowd makes it look like a professional show. All right, not a fucking independent show where, oh my god, it's the flavor of the week showing up and all five of us like them. But how can we not say the best moment of this week was definitely No Balls Sammy? What a great chant now. That is going to be amazing to hear.
No Balls Sammy.
That is true. That's true. That's true. Oh, man. All right. Let me get in this one, man. I have to agree with Simon Street in terms of Ciampa and Dolph Ziggler. Man, that right there was just a hot match. I enjoyed all of that. And although I knew Dolph was going to come out the winner, I was pulling like, come on, Ciampa, beat his ass. And, one thing is great is that, Ciampa, it shows he's ready. If he was ready to go to any of the one of the main brands, he would be ready. But I'm excited to see what he's doing and where all of that is going. Sincerely, Steve, I have to agree that MJF promo was fire. You cannot not look at what MJF did and not give props to that. It was a hot promo week for me. I actually enjoyed the Jericho and Kingston promo as well. I mean, Kingston was all right. He was cool. I thought Jericho was bringing in that heat with it. Just awesome. And Eddie Edwards over on Impact Wrestling, Gabe, I thought his promo was on fire as well. I mean, why did he betray the promotion he's been with forever? And he had a great answer. Hey, when it came to Kenny Omega, you threw in Rich Swann. You threw in Sami Callihan. You threw in what was it? It was Moose. And all of a sudden it's like, wow, I'm not being a part of this when I actually pinned Omega during that tag match that they had. Excellent. Great promo on that as well. A lot of highlights, but though that would be what mine was for this past week. All right. Let's get right into our next one. The Too Sweet, or as I like to say, Too Sweet for the week. All right, Simon Street, I'm going to give this one for you first, man. What you got?
Well, I picked my Too Sweet for the week because, this person appeared on two different promotions in the same week and was pretty awesome. And that was Kayla Sparks. She appeared AEW Dynamite in a match with Mrs. D. And then she also appeared on SmackDown as part of the Kiss Cam with Los Lotharios. So shout out to Kayla Sparks. I know if you guys watch us, we did an interview with Kayla Sparks not too long ago. And definitely big shout out for her. A lot of different work that she's doing. I believe she's going to be coming up on AEW again, right? Coming up next week. So, I mean, shout out to her and all the hard work that she's doing, and look and excited to see more from her. So I had to give it a Too Sweet for the week because you popped up twice.
No doubt. Why don't we go over to you, Matt Michaels, man? What was your Too Sweet for the week?
Oh, we got to look at what was going on NXT. You had LA Knight versus Waller, which was a very, very good match. Grimes versus Tripp. another great match, and Dolph versus Ciampa. And again, it's proving that NXT, even though people are bitching and complaining that it's splashy colors for a logo, is still better than whatever the hell they're running out there on the Turner Network by the genius booker who knows everything and anything about wrestling. And the whole thing is that when you look at the solid work that these guys are putting in, they're doing something very smart. They're actually mixing in the veterans with the young talent, and giving a nice little look for some of these guys to grow. We're going to see storylines progressing from a lot of this, including Grimes going again against Hayes, and it looks like Hayes and Tripp might be breaking up. So that's something that should be something to keep an eye out in the future. One hell of a slate of matches, and can't go wrong with we got to see Ivy choke out her tag team partner too.
That was pretty dope.
Fun.
No doubt. All right, man. Sin City Steve, what you got?
All right, man. So I'll give my two sweet for the week. It's going to go out to Dolph Ziggler and Tommaso Ciampa. Obviously, everybody on this panel has gushed about the quality of that match this week. I think realistically, none of us are surprised with the match that we got from these guys. If anything, it's that they allowed them to portray the match that they did, and that they gave them time. And I think that those two, just proved yet again that they are professionals in this business. I know that Tommaso Ciampa may be brand new to main roster only watchers of WWE, but the guy's been bringing it for a very, very, very long time. 15 years plus. So you're welcome. And I think that this is going to be the start of something great for Tommaso, that he's being able to showcase himself the way that he is. A close second and an honorable mention this week does go to Bryan Danielson and Daniel Garcia for what they were able to do on AEW programming this week. While I think that the Ziggler Ciampa match, was the best thing that I saw across the board on any show this week, the Danielson and Garcia match was a very, very good main event, and great future for Daniel Garcia, especially if they do align him with Bryan Danielson.
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let me jump over then to my two sweet for the week. I just got to tell you, I actually enjoy Penta Oscuro's entrance. I like that. And Alex, his manager, I guess, playing along, singing with it. It's quite dramatic. I did hear it's whatever, Matt.
No, I'm just saying, no. It's not your thing. I'm just saying AEW, the only thing they're good for apparently is people singing.
Well, that's true. They do a lot of singing for sure.
Man, the shade continues.
I know, man.
Let me jump to my next one. Okay. Nikita Lyons' finisher is the Lions Roar. And I like a good split for a 3 count. Shout out to that. That's definitely a too sweet for the week for me. But the number one spot has to be Bianca Belair, man. She suplexes, she power bombs, and she does her finisher KOD on Doudrop. I mean, come on. I mean, when you see this match coming up that we're going to get for Mania, I hope that, they're going to do the right thing and go ahead and just give her back the belt and just whoop all up on Lynch. It was just great to see Bianca show all that power and just how gifted she is. That, to me, seeing her do all three, I mean, it was a winner. That's my
she doesn't have an entrance people could sing along to. She'd have the whole package.
They actually kind of do. There be some kids singing when she come out.
I think most of them be dancing more than they be.
No, they be like, "I never needed you at all." You be hearing them singing in this. I'm telling you, we was there. True. Impact, we was in there. They ain't got here. They doing this shit.
That's true. All right. Well, let's get to this week's WTF. All right, why don't we start with you this time, Matt Michaels? What was your WTF of the week?
Let's start off with Nikita Lyons ring gear. What the fuck is that shit? That's fucking awful.
That was Sonya Blade from Mortal Kombat 1. Just going to shoot it out there. Go look it up.
Yeah, whatever. It looks like shit on her. Okay,
it looked great. It looked great. I got to disagree, but I'll talk about it later.
Yeah, anyway, she'll do the splits and her fucking cootie's gonna fucking drop onto the mat.
That's what Carmella, they're looking for.
Shut the fuck up. Corey and Carmella. Let me tell you right now, who the fuck cares? You got JR's reaction to Hangman Page coming out, your world champion. JR sounded like he fucking was asleep right then and there. And then, of course, Adam Cole came out and he went fucking absolutely apeshit with the, it's Adam Cole, baby. What the fuck is that? Way to put over your champion. Fans cheer Buddy, right? That's great. He debuts. Fans cheer him. Great. And he's a heel or what? They don't know how to introduce people still. Jade cannot fucking get her shoulder up in time to make the referee look like it's oh my God. You learn that basic 101. There you go. Finally, Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, they signed the fucking contract on Rampage. What the fuck? That's your fucking women's champion. Let's put her on Rampage where everyone's tuning in tons and tons of fucking people watching. But the biggest what the fuck is Dexter Lumis was at Sin Bodhi's wedding this past Sunday, but where was his wife?
Oh my God. Good questions. Good questions. All right. Let me go over to you then, Sin City Steve, man. What was your WTS for the week?
Well, you know what, man? So there were a few things. And I'm going to start by saying this. I don't know if it's just me and I'm becoming that guy, but for me, battle royals have just equaled dog shit for me as of late. Whether I didn't like the Royal Rumbles this year. I haven't liked any of the battle royals that AEW has done lately. In this week's, tag team, 10-team tag team, fucking clusterfuck that they had to start the show. Listen, you guys know that I will, I'll praise AEW with my dying breath. But if I see something that sucks, I got to call it out. This match was just absolutely slow and prodding, and it just, what the fuck? Elsewhere, it is never been more apparent that NXT 2.0 is a developmental brand, which is exactly what they told us that it was going to be. But after seeing NXT 1.0 for what it was, being such a great breeding ground for these phenomenal matches and, everything being, dare I say, almost as polished, if not more so polished than main roster and catered more to my tastes. Of course, as we all know, we're not the target demographic, so it doesn't matter. But nonetheless, you had Nikita Lyons, and you ripped on a ring gear, Michaels. I would just like for her to get some more seasoning in the ring. I think that there were some things that, yeah, I mean, obviously I did, but that's beside the point. But elsewhere, the other stuff that she did, she just needs to work on her timing. Elsewhere, I mean, you had Lash Legend, who was nowhere near ready for TV, participating in a tournament match. So yeah, it was crazy. And why the fuck do you have Rhea Ripley versus Nikki ASH for the 85th time? What the fuck?
Good points. Good points. Simon Street, you're up, man.
So my what the fuck for this week was Carmelo and Corey Graves show. And my what the fuck is not because what the fuck shit. I think that they could be the shit if they follow the street recipe. And the street recipe for this show to really be great is to really dig in. Couple of key points. Shit about how does Corey Graves deal with the fact that majority of WWE fans think that your girlfriend stinks in the ring? Another key point would be about back in October 8th, 2019, when you were on Divas telling the little scene that you were over there telling people that you're with Corey Graves and he still was with somebody. Having these hard hit questions and how they navigate through it could be fucking fire. But if you guys water that shit down and you're just trying to, we're a couple and everything's great, it's gonna go down in flames. So I'm letting y'all know, if you're watching this, please dig fucking deep. I want to see Corey Graves feel like, man, this is some bullshit. She's worked freaking hard. I understand that she may not be Sasha Banks or she may not be one of the other four that's up there, but she puts in hard work. I want to hear her talk about how she felt in the beginning when they were dating. All the shit she got. People were talking about she's a homewrecker. Shit like that. I think those kind of hard-hitting questions, if they dig deep, will be freaking amazing. And I will actually watch. And that's why I said, what the fuck? This might actually be brilliant.
Is she not acting more like a co-host, or she's actually being interviewed?
No. It's supposedly supposed to be kind of like Ms. and Mrs. a little bit. And it's in that type of format. So that's why I said if they hit hard, this could be some real good shit.
No doubt. All right. So my WTFs for the week. Veer Mahan. Is he still coming soon?
He's evidently walking to Raw.
Hold on. That's all I see every week.
Guys, put Veer on the show. If you ain't ready, just stop with the commercials. It's insane already. All right. Okay. So Rampage, I get it that you want to have 6 different things that you want to throw in an hour. I don't get it. You don't have to have that many. Why don't you choose again, have your maybe 3 good matches or whatever, and just work on making the show just good on that standpoint. To not have entrances for your wrestlers that's down and the show comes on where each match they're already just in the ring ready to go. To me, I don't like that. We always enjoy seeing the entire beginning to finish, just not in the ring. It's just I don't even understand that. But whatever. Now, SmackDown. You have Naomi that says, "Hey, me and Sasha, we're going to be tag team champs. We're for Mania. We're gonna get together. We're gonna be tag teams, right?" And then you get the backstage interviewer, Megan Morant, who says, and I quote, "I'm not sure what Naomi went by next women's tag team champions. Nonetheless." Where was the confusion there? Why would you come back as a backstage interviewer and come off to what was just said? Why not come off with, "Oh, well, that's pretty exciting. Let's see where they go," if you're going to mention anything about it. But when she come back going, "Oh, I don't know. I never heard anything like that." Is she part of the storyline now? She wants to be the heel backstage interviewer? I don't know. What the fuck? I'm done. Drop my pen. I'm done. There it is.
It's a mic. Right. It's you drop the mic. You don't drop the pen.
Well, I can't.
Unless it's a contract signing that happens on your low show instead of your main show, like Michaels was saying.
There you go. All right. Well, here's the exciting part. We get to look out for certain things. Let's go. All right, Sin City, man, what you looking out for?
So I am my greatest thing that I'm looking out for this week. I'm genuinely curious who's going to step up to Edge for Mania. I know what I've heard as being, the rumored plans for him, and I hope that they go with that. And the rumor that I've heard is AJ Styles.
Mhm.
But if they do go in a different direction, I'm definitely interested to see, just how the chips fall with that. But regardless, somebody definitely needs to step up to Edge. I think that his promo this week was great, as has been the case since he's been coming back, and since he's been able to wrestle again. He's done extremely well in the ring, and especially on the mic. So, also, are we finally, please God, going to get the makings of a Wardlow babyface turn? If you watched AEW programming this week, it could be closer than what you might think. Does he end up costing MJF the dog collar match? I don't know. That's that would be what I would recommend. But what do I know? I'm just a mark. And then lastly, Buddy fucking Matthews, man. It's really good to see this talented guy latch on somewhere that he's going to be able to showcase his talents on a regular basis. Unless, Tony Khan decides to go out and sign 25 more people and he can't find a place for him on the show. But that's another topic for another day. But yeah, dude, it's great to see Buddy Matthews. Great to see him in the House of Black. He has great chemistry with Malachi, and I'm really interested to see how they work things together with Brody, and Malachi.
All right, cool. Let's go over to you, Simon Street, man. What you looking out for?
We've all talked about her this week, and that's Nikita Lyons. I'm actually looking out for her just because, yes, I do think she does need a little bit more seasoning, while she's down there, but not more than what I can say as she went in there with what she has right now and looked really good. I mean, she definitely, from kind of doing some research, she is a Taekwondo practitioner. So and you could tell with her kicks were not bad. If you look at a lot of that, I think it's just developing her style that pushes to her strengths of having that pedigree of Taekwondo, which I have actually been in Taekwondo. So I understand when I was looking at kicks, some of the form that she had was spot on. And that ain't easy on a mat because the mat is not a firm foundation to do it. I think that she has personality. Yes, Michaels. She has a very gorgeous, voluptuous body. I'm going to put that out there. All right. And that's something that I think would represent well in the WWE because we really haven't had, other than Naomi, a lot of women with that curvature who are very athletic. And so I'd like to see that. I think that sky's the limit for her if she gets with the right people and takes the opportunity that she has today. I think it's a great acquisition for NXT 2.0. I think that, hopefully she stays with the NXT 2.0 and she don't pop too quickly to where WWE's making the mistake that they do at sometimes and push her straight to the main roster when she's not ready. And like I said, that's who I'm looking out with, not only this week, but every week afterwards. And yes, shout out. Someone proved me wrong. That shit was straight Sonya Blade from Mortal Kombat 1, that whole outfit and everything. And yes, homegirl, you was looking real good. I had to almost make sure my girl went and go into the kitchen so I could keep watching and rewind a little bit. She was looking real good. Hope I don't run into her because I might have to eat my words maybe.
Uh-oh. All right. I'll jump in on this one before Matt Michaels go because this is going to be relatively quick for me. I'm definitely looking out to see what Naomi and Sasha tagging up and seeing where that's going to go. Very excited about that. But also just as excited to see Seth and KO going to be tagging up for tag team champions. So that right there, I'm looking forward to also. Now, I'm just throwing this out there. I know this is not going to happen, but it was just a funny thought when I saw it. And this was, of course, when you had Malcolm Bivens in the ring that was just about to get his ass beat down, and Solo Sikoa comes out and saved him, and of course, he gives that thumbs up and smile like, hey, thanks. hey, I mean, any possibility that Solo could be a part of Diamond Mine? I don't know. I just throw that out there. I just threw it out. I mean,
Did you see the interview afterwards?
did I see it afterwards?
Like the backstage interview afterwards.
Yes,
He totally
yeah.
said it. Okay, all right.
Yeah. Why are you getting involved in my seconds?
I didn't. I just made a comment. My bad. My apologies. Take away my seconds for next week.
Anyways, yes. So I am excited for that. And that was it. So that was my lookouts, but I'm more interested in knowing Matt Michaels lookouts. What you got, man?
Cepha versus Walter. I mean, Solo versus Gunther. Definitely should be something else.
I saw what
week.
you did there.
Oh, toxic contraction on the couch. Look out.
Hold on, did you say toxic contraction?
Toxic contraction on the couch. Look out for all the boners that are going to be popping for young boys around the fucking globe. Because that angle they were shooting from was something else. Wow. You know, got to look out for Miz and Logan Paul. Logan Paul looks like a beast standing next to Dominic and his son Ray. And be on the lookout for be on the lookout for Dante Chin getting released. Oh god, that man cannot talk. And then, you know, here's the thing: Johnny Knoxville is over. Be on the lookout for him winning the IC belt.
Ooh,
wow! Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Well, you know, the whole Sammy conspiracy theory thing, it just makes sense to give him, you know, to have Ricochet interfere in the match, essentially, to give him the belt. Then Sammy will get the belt back, and, you know, Ricochet can take it from him after WrestleMania. But I think we'll see that moment just for the publicity that they get out of just doing something as crazy as that.
All right. Good stuff. We're going to get into our best in show. We want to remind everybody that right after this video podcast, we go right into our recording for 3 count. So make sure that you subscribe or at least have notifications on Facebook Live, on Twitch, on YouTube. Just put our names in. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And when we go live, you will be a part of that. We got 3 good topics that's coming up. In fact, the scroll below is going to kind of mention what those topics are. So we're going to be doing that right after this show. And we want to hear your opinions about that as well. All right. But until then, let's get into our best in show. Let's do it. I'll kick this one off, and let me kill my little time here. It's been going forever. All right, here we go. Best in show. WWE SmackDown for me. It was everything you could want. You had a hype crowd. You just don't know how important a crowd can make a show. I talk about it all the time, and it's important. And I forget where they were, but they were hype. And shout out to them. You had the contract signing with Roman and Brock. That was fire right there. Sasha, she performed a new move. There was no name for that new move that she performed on Shotzi, but it was pretty cool and pretty creative. I mean, that match was on fire. We talked about Sami Zayn. He had his Intercontinental Champion celebration, which was ruined. That right there was also great. The entire show from beginning to end was on fire, and yeah, that's my best in the show for the week. But let me go over to you, Simon Street. What about you? What was your best in show?
Well, my best in show was very much in mirror image of yours, was SmackDown, but very much for the same reason. It was just nice. It's nice when you're able. You ever had those times where you eat just the right amount of food that satisfies you? That was SmackDown this week. Wasn't too much over the top. Every little bit was great to the end. as some of the highlights that you said, you know, for me was the Sasha Banks and Shotzi Blackheart match. That was a cool match. It was very, very good. The only thing that was a little bit low, but it still wasn't bad, was, you know, the contract signing with Ronda Rousey. Like, to me, I kind of felt like, we've been there, then I got the t-shirt. But the one thing that I did really like is some of the new things that they were trying, you know, such as with Kofi Kingston, Big E Langston, you know, going against the Fatal Lovers. I love that whole part where it looked like Big E was about to roll over your boy with the 4-wheel. I thought that was kind of cool, adding a little bit of different flavor to them. I thought that was cool, you know. You know, other things, Xia Li and Natalya, that was a solid match. And that's somewhere where, like, we talk about Xia Li, well, a lot of people aren't really talking about Xia Li. You know, finally, when she premiered on SmackDown, she's been doing some big things. And I think that they're pivoting to push her to a certain direction to be a contender. What that may be after Mania, who knows? But like I said, just overall, I was very, very happy with SmackDown. I even liked Matt Cap, Moss, and freaking Corbin. And they annoyed the fuck out of me, and I was okay with them.
Absolutely. All right. Let's go to you, Matt Michaels. What you got?
Oh, it had to be AEW Dynamite, without a doubt. It was. Oh, wait. Sorry.
Reading. My gosh.
I was reading Steve's script here. So it has to be NXT 2.0, the show that is definitely a developmental territory and plays better than all the money in the world spent by billionaires for main programming. But you also have Peacemaker, the season finale that aired last week. It got a season 2 pickup, and we're going to see more of that incredible show. Ciampa, what a fucking week for him. And usually in the WWE, when you have a week like that, it means you get your future endeavors within a couple of days.
Oh,
so good luck on that. But best in show, of course, this week was Sin Bodhi and Karen's wedding on this past Sunday. Congratulations to newlyweds. Phenomenal ceremony, a freak show, a 2-hour show. It was amazing. It was just such a fun thing to be at. There was such love by a lot of the students that Sin's taught over the years, and a lot of the freaks and oddballs in society that Karen and Sin have taken under their wing over the years. And unfortunately, one of the people that they knew very well was Amazing Jonathan, who just passed away just right after Sin's wedding, essentially. So, that was a little sad point. But shout out to Dexter Loomis and Beth and Edge, who took the time for all the people there to take pictures and talk to them after the ceremony was over. So just a great thing to see. And boy, those two are going to have one hell of a happy marriage going on for hopefully years and years to come.
All right, man. Sin City Steve, what you got?
All right, so I am going to use just a couple of seconds out of my time because I see that we have 2 minutes. DJ Impact, you did mention during your what the fuck that you didn't quite know what Rampage was doing, where they, cut to the guys already in the ring and all that kind of stuff. The only thing that I can tell you is that it's definitely a different conditioning that WWE has hyped up, that the entrance to a match means just as much as the match itself. And that's the best thing that I can tell you is, for me, if we get the entrances on the show, great. If not, no big deal. It's not a major loss or a major concern. Realistically, for me, and again, this is me. I see Matt Michaels up there, doing whatever the hell he thinks he's doing. But the fact of it is that the entrances don't necessarily matter as much to me as the actual in-ring product itself. And, for that reason, everything was pretty solid this week. But I did say that the best match that I saw was Ziggler and Ciampa on NXT. But the best show for me this week was AEW Dynamite.
It's great when they
Period.
put the
You had
the bouncing ball for the sing along on the entrances. That
Oh,
don't
yeah.
mean
Oh, yeah, of
anything
course.
for AEW.
Well, no, dude, honestly, it really just comes down to the how they want to portray the product. On a night like Friday where you have 1 hour, yes, if they want to cram as much as they possibly can into that hour, then that's what they're going to do. They're going to cut out all the things that don't necessarily need to be there. But yeah, Dynamite was great this week. It had Eddie Kingston's promo with Chris Jericho, like what we talked about. The MJF promo was fire. Your main event was fire. Outside of Jade's one major fuck up, she did look better in the ring on the whole against the Bunny this week. So yeah, AEW Dynamite.
No doubt, no doubt. I'll give you that. She looked a lot better outside of that mess up. But I could not imagine me watching SmackDown and I don't see Roman come out from the back and walk to the ring. He just automatically in the ring and start fighting. I would probably protest. There would be a lot of me on social media at WWE with WTF. I want to see Roman come out from the beginning. I want to see the 3D graphic of him. Okay.
Can you do that again so I can tape it and make a GIF so I can like have that?
There you go.
Like your eyes went in the back of your head.
That's right. I want to see all that. That's important.
Oh, that sounded so bad.
Hello.
All right. Anyways, thank everybody for hanging out with us on our live stream. And if you're listening to us in your car or on your phone, computer, desktop, we appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for subscribing, telling others about us as well. And I guess that'll be it. That's our 3 count for the week. We are asking you again, if you are listening to us live, we're going to be back real quick for the 3 count, 3 good topics. You're going to want to jump in. Make sure that you are subscribed to the live stream, YouTube, Facebook Live, or Twitch. All right. So with that, we will see you in a moment. Thanks for hanging out. Peace. Oh, it's always good to get the video ready so I can, seem like we're a professional business, right? All right, here we go.